I'm Mike Bowers. I'm talking pictures this morning with cartoonist for News Limited, John Kudelka. Welcome.
Good to be here.
Mate, it seems that the first bloke is causing a little bit of confusion in Chinese circles because they're not quite sure what to call him. He's sort of creating this fuss all around the world, I think. They're not quite sure how to deal with a non-married partner. Oh, I think it's great.
It's global consternation.
That's right. And Mark Knight has just done a beautiful China panda with Julia at the table. Chinese government welcomes PM Gillard official banquet, and there's this enormous panda bear chowing down on Australian coal, iron ore, gas and oil, and Julia's got a little bowl in front of her with bon appetit.
Exactly. Well, she doesn't want to be too convincing about telling the Chinese to stop burning our coal, because let's face it, it's not going to go down well here.
No, it won't go down. And this sort of straight-arm laughing, what do you think's going on here?
Look, I think that someone's obviously mentioned human rights in this photograph.
Yeah.
Everyone's having a good old laugh about it.
Have you heard the one about Stern Who being innocent?
Exactly. Good times.
With their tough talk on refugee, it looks like Labor's seeking some temporary protection themselves, and you definitely got the impression that Mr Bowen wasn't totally committed to this new direction he's taking on temporary protection visas.
Yeah, wherever the wind blows, and we're not quite sure where the wind's blowing from in this particular cartoon.
And David Rowe, in his own way, has nuded him up, stuck him on the top of a wind vane and called it Bowen in the wind. The answer, my friend, is Bowen in the wind.
Exactly. He does love to nude up a politician, doesn't he?
Just
in the inside of his head. Must be a terrifying place.
Mr Brolman sees Chris Bowen as taking on more than one of the attributes of Tony Abbott in the Budgie Smugglers.
Yeah, he doesn't look quite as good in the Smugglers, does he?
No.
I think they're not quite as terrified.
No. The Immigration Minister, Chris Bowen, talks tough on refugees. Tony Abbott must have thought all these Christmas Islands had come at once, because there he was up on Christmas Island, with all the AFP boys training with him.
It's G.I. Tony.
G.I. Tony.
I'm out of Christmas Island. Yeah. I've got some commandos. Glove me up, fellas.
There's something really disturbing about the prickly... It's almost... You draw Abbott like he's got a cactus for a body. It's got these really sharp hairs on him.
Well, a friend of mine described it as a plucked monkey. That's how I drew him. I think it's about right. He's here to help. Him and Scott. Anything you guys need help with? Matches, lighters, kerosene.
Finally, this picture from the Melbourne Age of Kevin Rudd when he was at Villiers Bretonu for the Anzac Day service, and he's flipping the bunny ears to this poor kid.
If I was him, I wouldn't be doing things behind people's backs. It's just not fair.
John, it's always a great pleasure having you on. Thank you very much for taking the time this morning.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
And I'll let you do the honours to Barry, and I'll do the ravages.
That's right. Bring it home, Beza.
Good enough for Kevin, it's good enough for me.